All right, guys. So today we're here to see a very unique property we purchased on the riverfront, and we basically are realizing that we shouldn't have purchased it at this price because the amount of interest did not justify the repairs that the house needs. So the question is, we're gonna see this property and decide whether we should put 100 grand into it, 50 grand into it, 30 grand into it, or not to do anything and just drop the price based on as is condition. So what's the best financial outcome? So, okay, so everybody, the porch here, rotten here, the same thing is up above, and we cannot patch it. It's just basically gonna be hiding the issue. It's all rotten, you know.
This won't have the weight
Exterior.
Of course, yeah. This interior is good. The surprising portion that is, it's actually still financeable. It's still financeable conventionally, if the appraiser does not call it for like a unstable house. We went to the basement, the foundation's clean. It's straight, it's old, but like all these houses, but it's straight, so no leaning, no cracks. One wall was redone in the 50s with bricks instead of limestone. So, how much did we buy it for? Do you know, Christy?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Okay, so I think we bought it for like 220, and it should have been 150, 160. But the view is so beautiful that like, oh my God, unique property. So again, basically, let's point out, if we didn't have the stucco, what could have been done? Like, paint, maybe windows cleaning, a little bit of yard work, this and that. But for the most part,
Railing on the second stairs would help.
yeah, all these small items that could be done better to make it financeable or likable more. But I think it has a very positive appeal when you don't pay attention to this. And this one is the biggest one. So the cost is probably gonna be, I don't know, 20, 30K, because that will need to be lifted up. And this one, but it's not a house structure, so it's very good. It's not affecting the main structure. But the stucco around it and then painting, I don't know, another probably a good 15, 20,000 with paint. So 20 here, the front porches, and another 20 there. It's like we're talking 50,000 for just exterior to be fixed, not like really down, just patch and paint it. So that's a big thing. So, okay. All right, guys, so we went through it. What do you think we can do as far as the inside if we did not have this issue? As I told you, you see the beam is rotten, the same is over there, and the same on the other porch. So as of right now, we're probably gonna make the financial decision not to put any money into this exterior as of right now. The buyer that will want it will probably be okay with it and will do it properly the way they want it. The foundation is old for 1800 built home, but it's straight. The house inside is very charming. Yes, it can be renovated even more, but it's not negative, it's not moldy. People can actually move in and live in there. However, this is not just the basic.
I feel like from consumer standpoint, when you see this, you just don't take this. So like, this is what I can see, what can't I see? Oh, yeah, it's good that we're not covering it up, and then you're saying what we can do inside. Yeah, some, but then if we're not gonna fix this, we don't have to. Well, I think we have to face price.
So,
Drop a price.
So this is gonna be very subjective. And this is gonna be very subjective for the appraisal and inspector. They may call it a structural issue, like uninhabitable, but they may call it that needs additional work because it's the porch that is, sagging, and the stucco around here, and the same on the front. So it's a double problem. They will also obviously question the exterior, the whole stucco around it. There are some cracks, but because it's an old one, it didn't cause any mold, because plaster and stucco are fine with that. If it was a newer house, it would have been all moldy by this time. So
Do we try to avoid these kind of molds in the future if we see these obvious things?
as long as we buy it at the right price, so that we can pass it to the buyer with the right price, we don't have to do all the repairs. Again, this is a very habitable house. I think we might get a bid right now, and that's what our resolution is going to be. Get a bid from the licensed contractor to fix it, and we can use it when selling. And if the lenders allow escrow in, then it can be done. But again, this is the type of work that people want to do them up to their standards and their own way. We can help it, but I think the biggest leverage we can do is just drop the price.
Well, here's the thing. When you first buy it, the picture's not as bad. This gaping hole wasn't as big. It was like maybe like this big. So the longer you hang on to a house, the more deferred maintenance it comes. It just gets worse and worse. So it'll thing is like it's kind of like, you know, you hang on to it, you do nothing to it, it gets worse. And then now we didn't sell it for a month, and then it's going to be 2 months, and then 3 months, and then winter is going to come. So it just gets worse every day. So we got to figure out if we had a big enough bid, we take care of all the scary stuff that buyers are really concerned about and just break even and get out. I don't know. We got to get a bid. I'm not a stucco specialist, but a lot of these stucco houses are just really heavy, so everything's bearing weight down into the structure, and so it looks really good when it's intact, but when it starts falling apart, it looks really scary. That's why I'm not a huge favor of stucco homes, because usually people sell them because they know it's expensive to fix and they call us for a reason. And now I think we just bought it too high. We didn't emphasize enough on the negatives. I mean, there's plenty positive on the house as far as curb appeal, good view, a lot of square footage, but I don't think that's enough to overcome the red flags. So you just gotta emphasize the red flags a little bit more heavier and put your straight 10% ARV cut from other properties. So this would be a good, I don't know, full rehab, 375, 400, but with all the red flags, you gotta take 10% off, so you're right back down to 350 again easily for ARV. So that was a big miss on our part, but hopefully good learning experience.
Yeah, so numbers wise, we bought it about 220,
I think so.
and we wanted to quickly sell it for 270, 280.
Right, we should have bought it for like probably 170.
Okay. So I know what was the deceiving point. The main deceiving point was the view. It's on the riverfront, so it's a very nice area. Old St. Paul, old charm, suburban feel. However, if you don't have enough comps, then you have to be extra cautious. And we thought we did enough, cushion, and there wasn't enough, it looks like. So we're gonna probably break even on this property and walk away from it without anything after all the work. But let's say the stucco is done, because it may be that there is no buyer, so we're obligated or forced to do it. So what do you think our disposition team or construction team, what do you guys think we should also do? Because inside is obviously needs to be painted, but what other items that you feel like we need to correct so that the buyers make it even better? So I don't know, Christy, what do you think?
I think just basic, because the kitchen's nice. I think just basic flooring, paint, I did get some feedback on like the ceiling peeling. Honestly, just basics like that I think would go a long way if we didn't have this.
Staircase.
And just staircase, just cleaning that up, making it a little bit less. I mean, I brought my kids here and they're like, oh, we can jump from the top and there's no stairs.
What do you think?
My opinion from construction side, how this house has many custom options, and we don't need to touch any design. Just fix and stop progress of the good structural issues, and to prevent it and prepare before the winter season. And that's it. And this house is not for first home buyers, I think so. It's very, very difficult.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree as well. Just the basics, just because I pick somewhere else, I have more cheap or do their finishes on this house, or just do the basics to get it. I think there's a lot of unique features to this house. It has a good layout. There's a lot of square footage, and I completely agree with Christy and Taylor. I would just come in and do like paint and carpet and just some minor repairs.
Okay, so the main thing for us to figure out if we can do the structural and stucco items per bid and list it for the buyers to see. If we're obligated to do it, then we can do the interiors, because otherwise it's trimmed, doesn't look like an eyesore, obviously has the advantage of the view, especially if it's not foggy, it's just beautiful riverfront. However, it's quite a bit of work. I don't know, what do you think, Mai, budget-wise?
The porch is a good concern too. It's soft, and going up the stairs is scary, and it's very unstable. So it's a lot of concerning and scary things for a buyer in general, because they don't have the knowledge or resources that we do to take on something like this. I think we can leave a lot of stuff as far as cosmetics and straightforward things, because a lot of the unknowns are out there for the buyer, and that's kind of.
But the thing about being on the market was we can get feedback. At least we have our own opinions, but that's where you start seeing what the buyers really want. Christy said majority of it has been exterior. The majority So I mean, of course, painting and stuff inside would be easier.
Ceiling.
And like you said, really resources and knowledge. It's just a matter of how much you want to do there.
Yes, escrow. And so let's do that. Seller is willing to escrow or do certain repairs with proper offer. And we always sell these houses that are not 100% fixed with a contract for deed option. That's a financing option for the investor-minded person or sweat equity type of person. They fix it and then they refinance it when it's all full done or sell it also. So I think it's an interesting property, and the first biggest thing is the view, and the second biggest thing is it's so cool, very historic, and it's very straight. And the foundation is actually very good. Limestone, still holding it very nice. So I think we have potential to actually come back with a little bit of profit versus breaking even, but we'll need to probably work with MLS and tell that, hey, we're creative here. We can list it and escrow, get your builder come in, and we maybe pay for it. It's making sure that the buyer's aware of that option versus like, oh, we need 70 grand cash.
So we'll get the bid for the buyers. That way, you can solve the problem up front and say, hey, this is how much it costs to fix all this scary stuff. And so they can go in with the confident offers and start from there.
Okay. The other thing is, if you want this type of property, you're not going to be able to buy it. There's nothing available. So that's playing against us and playing because we have no direct comps, but it's also playing for us. I mean, walk out, get a coffee. Very shitty. We don't need to do anything else. There's not much we can do right now other than just work with the listing, Christy. Just say that we can escrow. We'll ask Sergey to at least send somebody like a builder type of, stucco guy who can do it, but you have to take it apart here and there and straighten up because this one is sagging and that's why that one's sagging. We've done this job. It's just when it's stucco, it's twice as much. Plus there is other stucco here, but I personally like this. This is much better than the previous one, in my mind. Should we also say on MLS that it's also zoned as a duplex, so it can be used?
Actually, yeah, I should have done.
So can be used as a duplex because it has a zoning. We can escrow if there is a bid from the licensed guy, or we can finance as a CD. We have all that and hopefully do it. Maybe I was like, well, we need to drop it more, but because we want to get showings, but that's not a very typical. Maybe.
Well, seller willing to escrow for certain repairs. We'll get a bid.
Okay, escrow that can be used as a duplex because it has a zoning allowed for it, and that we do CD, but CD always put, so CD is there already. Contract for deed. No, CD.
There. Yeah. Oh, that was a question I had. Should we put, submit so many halls on CD terms? Is it okay to put the CD terms in seller remarks, or should we hold off and not give?
Don't do it. We need to. I think there was something that you cannot advertise financial terms, something like equal opportunities thing, something like that.
However,
I wish.
we might have an opportunity to put it on our website, HSR Real Estate. We could put almost any agreement around it.
Basically, if you say, I'll give you 12%, and then person comes in and they don't qualify, you have to tell them why don't they qualify, because they have to be equal opportunity. If you have a specific person saying, I'm going to do this, then you can quote them, well, what's the story, how much you want to put? Well, 12% probably. Then it's like one-to-one versus like advertising. I think that was the issue why we never put it.